Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know the drill. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. Alrighty, I want to show you this one autograph that I got through some of my profits. This is none other than Dennis Rodman. It's a PSA authenticated. If you could see here, you could see this COA over here as well. And thing is that Dennis Rodman is spraying some guy in his rear. I don't know what the hell he's doing specifically or what he has in his hand, but he's spraying something. So, 1998, Dennis Rodman, I'll show you this picture again. 1998, he was in the WWE during the NBA Finals. I totally forgot about this until I watched The Last Dance. And he took time off during practice to go to these WWE events. And the Bulls still ended up winning the final. So I thought it was totally interesting. It made me laugh when Dennis Rodman's part was in The Last Dance. It's phenomenal. But yeah, what I'm doing is I'm collecting things that I really enjoy, that I definitely would love to have that I would definitely love in my collection. And that's what I'm probably going to do in the next few years. It's not necessarily to make money. In the last few years, I was trying to make money. Now I'm just trying to collect and have fun and do these YouTube videos. I wasn't on YouTube when I was aggressively investing. Maybe a little part of last year. Anyways, I want to show you this one card in regard to the video. But before I do, I want to talk about it. And it is impulse buying and not buying hype. And I've talked about this here and there, and I always tell people don't avoid the hype, avoid impulse buying, etc. Don't act like hedge funds. And I at times have made that mistake, and usually I've made money during the last few years, but there are times where I'm underwater and I'm gonna have to hold on to some of these cards or sell at a loss. One of these cards is Rafael Nadal 2003 PSA 10. And I seriously thought that I was making a good decision. But this card right now sells for a little over $200. Before, when I bought it, was close to 700. So yeah, I definitely struck out, and it was an impulse buy. I thought at the time that, it's a low population card, and it's just FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. I bought it, and now I'm going to take a huge beating on this card. But it's okay. I've made money on other cards, like I've stated. And the thing about impulse buying is sometimes you may think you're acting rational, but you made the decision very quickly. And because of that, you're going to have to end up paying the price. And I was buying towards the top of the market, which was February. So I should have actually maybe sold some of my other cards that have went like crazy. Rather than that, I was just selling the cards slowly but steadily over time. I don't want my cards getting lost in the post office or UPS, etc., because as a reseller, I've had issues. So that's why I'm slowly selling the cards, not all at once. And especially what I saw with PWCC, they held some of the cards of people for a while until they restarted their website. Now, in regards to the psychology behind this, I may have touched base on this in one of my videos, but I'll talk about it again if you guys have missed it. So, in the past, how we have come to be about is our ancestors were able to survive a great deal. They had to make decisions between life and death, and they had to make quick decisions that would amount to, hey, their family would live or they would die. And those that would live would produce offspring and then circle of life, etc., etc., etc. So while in terms of evolution, it is great to make quick decisions. Now, in terms of investing, it could be very detrimental, where back in the day, you had to use, you had all these emotions and you had to make quick decisions. It helped us survive, or helped our family survive back in the day. Now, making quick, impulsive decisions in terms of investing and using emotion is very detrimental, because what people do is they look at the media, and if the media is very fearful, they may just sell at the top. And I've done that as well. Rather than that, um, when the media is talking about, let me rephrase it. When the media is very fearful, that is the time to buy. When the media is very optimistic, you shouldn't be aggressively buying. And that's the mistake, like I said, that I've made. And there's all sorts of media attention earlier this year before things opened back up. And the smartest thing to do would be to sell the high-end cars that you don't see too much of. For instance, I should have maybe sold that Mayweather car that I've showed you before in February and March. I would have gotten a lot more than I could as of this moment. And the list goes on and on and on. And when everything was falling apart, I remember in March of last year, I asked my wife, should I take money out of the bank? Because what if there's like a banking system collapse? That was the time to aggressively buying. I was buying some stocks, I was buying some cards as well. But that's when I should have taken that money out. I should have aggressively put in the stock market. I could have had a better return than I have the last few years, and the stock market and in cards. So it's just doing at extremes, doing opposite what the media is talking about. And when everything is just seems like everything's perfect, that's probably not the time to be aggressively buying. And I remember last year before the shutdowns, every economist was saying this is a great time. There's no chance of a recession, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What happened within the next 30 days? The whole system was on the verge of collapse. They shut down for about 2 weeks. So that's just the thing to look at, is always be unemotional when investing. And yes, it's really hard to do that, because investing and putting money and having an adrenaline and heartbeat going up, that definitely plays a role. And you need some mental game, as some people call it, in regards to the sports card market, and even if you look at the stock market in general. So yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, what have been your worst impulse buys in the sports card market, or if you want to talk about other investments that you've made? Let me know. I'm curious. I believe that everyone has been there, even if they're really good investing. People still strike out, and that's fine. And it's good to learn from your mistakes. Hopefully, though, you're not over leveraged in regards to this. I'm not over leveraged in this market. I just have a PayPal credit bill. That's $1,700, which I could pay off right now if I wanted to. I'm just slowly paying it off because I choose to do that, and I'm making every payment on time. But the key is, when you are in this game, do not over leverage yourself. And two, make sure you're not being really emotional in terms of putting money in this hobby. And some people may think it's common sense. Well, the thing is that there are people that may be new that may not know that. And that's why I do these videos. And I know some people leave comments saying that, hey, this is common sense. Yeah, that's true. But our society right now, it looks like there's no common sense these days. The media, it looks like there's no common sense there. And the way the market was acting in the sports card industry, there was no common sense parts of it. So that's why I do these videos, and it's also a good stress reliever in getting to interact with people in this hobby. So guys, let me know your experience with impulse buying, your pros and your cons, and I'll probably do some videos later this week. Right now, I'm just really busy at work and other things going on too. Okay, guys. Thanks. I'll talk to you later. Bye.